gorgeous blonde that was sitting with him is his wife, was his wife, Lisa. They were married forever, and the two of them were just...
They're in love. They love each other.
But they were also together. I can't explain it any other way, but
especially when he was ill. I mean, she was his dancing partner. They met when he was a teenager. And she took such care of him, cooked him special meals, my heart goes out to Lisa.
Sending love to you, Lisa, to that relationship, and let's hope that Ghost was right.
Yeah.
So,
nice. Yes.
You can see the full interview tonight, along with some new special material. It's on a special tonight called Last Dance. It's at 10 o'clock here on ABC with our fabulous Barbara taking us through it. It's really quite wonderful. Now, let's talk to Kate. Remember Kate? Kate Goslin was here. She was here yesterday, and oh my goodness.
You just gotta delve right back in, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yes, and as I said yesterday, you have been a hot topic on this show more than once. So we've got a lot to talk about. Now, Barbara, you had something you wanted to ask her.
Oh, I have a lot of things I want to ask her.
Okay, well, roll on, baby.
Why are you still wearing a wedding ring?
You know, I said very early on that I would continue to wear it. For the kids. We're not officially divorced yet, and you know, I've had it on for 10 years. It's upsetting for the kids. I had Hannah on my lap the other day. I was watching TV with the kids, and I happened to scratch her. It's pointy. I scratched her with it as I was moving my arm for probably the 100th time, and she said, "Oh, Mommy, your ring scratched me." And I thought, talk about it? There you go. And I said, we were all sitting there, the kids and I said, you know, Mommy's not going to wear this ring very much longer. And they said, why? I said, because Mommy and Daddy aren't going to be married very much longer. And they said, you're not? And I said, no, guys, we've talked about this, 5-year-old level, because we go over it and over it. And they said, oh, and okay. And so they thought for a second, and Alexis said, will Daddy still be our daddy? Yeah. And I said, forever. And they said, okay. And nobody said anything. And so I kind of wanted to make it all better. And I said, I'll wear another ring if that makes you feel better. Yes, yes, Mommy, do you have another pretty ring? They said. I said, yes. So I'll put that on. And Leah thought for a couple seconds, and this little voice from 2 over to the left came, Mommy, are you going to marry another daddy? No?
Yeah,
if ever I do, I said, it'll be a long, 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 long time from now, and he'll love you just the same. I said, but we don't need to worry about that.
He kind of bad-mouthed you on TV, but you don't do that.
He didn't kind of. He said, and everybody saw this, so I wouldn't bring it up. He said last week, I despise her.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, of course, everybody's asking me, is that upsetting? Does that bother you? Well, of course it bothers me. Am I going to return the favor? Absolutely not. I never will. I am a high road taker, and I said it yesterday, and I'll continue to say it. I need to do this for my kids. I need to continue on, and I need to, you know, whatever's going to play out, they will see. I don't need to say it.
I think a lot of us were upset when we saw him say that. But let me ask you just one more thing that I think people perhaps don't understand. You had twins. You have 8-year-old twin girls. And there are some people, as you said to me, who are comparing you to the Octomom, and who say, well, then why did you have 6 more when you had 2? But it was a different situation with you, Kate?
It was. I obviously did fertility treatments to have the twins. I wanted to have 1 baby. We all know the story, but it's a situation where I did not do IVF. I did IUI, which is essentially your body with the drugs that you're taking. Essentially, they didn't see all the follicles. It was never my intent to have higher order multiples. However, when I returned, I had to be, it is a risk of fertility treatments. And I was taking what they were giving me, and that's what I told them. And
you know what I wish? I wish you could squirt fertility treatments on money. Money would multiply the way that the children did. We have to go, but when we come back, we're coming back with Dr. Phil.
I was reading really starstruck with Whoopi Goldberg. Really starstruck. And it didn't help the fact that just before I went on, my husband was texting me, I can't believe you're going to meet Whoopi Goldberg because we're such big fans. And I should have asked Whoopi for an autograph.
Well, Dr. Phil is back for a brand new season of Tell It Like It Is, Tough Luck. And this season, he's taking it to the streets. Please welcome Dr. Phil. So I know you're going to be talking, you're in New York, you're going to be talking to many people on the street. This is what, your 8th year?
Yes, we're starting our 8th season.
Okay.
Which seems like a long time.
Well, not to us.
I know, that's what I mean.
Because we have Kate here, I want to talk about a little, perhaps, I don't know whether it's a controversy, but you were on our radio show, Bill Getty and me, in Sirius last night. And we had... Which
is fun, by the way.
We loved having you on. But at one point, you had gone to Dr. Phil, you and John, for counseling, right?
It was a behind-the-scenes kind of like Dr. Phil and Robin are in the spotlight. We felt like they have been a huge source of support to me. And, I mean, it was just kind of like a friend thing that he imparted his wisdom to us.
Well, let me just say what John said. So he said, because you called Dr. Phil and asked to meet with him, she wanted me to fly to California and meet with Dr. Phil, and I was very hesitant. We talked about our brand and corporate things, making the brand work. I felt it was weird. Why am I here? It wasn't helping. That's John. Hello? You want to say something?
Keep reading. Just like we did last time you read that.
Yeah, well, you said you have no comment.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that because it was a private meeting with someone that, Kate and John have been on my show before, and we know Kate and John. Kate more than John. So, yeah, I've talked to them over the years.
Okay, well, evidently...
But you have said...
I don't know where to go.
I'm going to jump in here. You said, I read somewhere that you said that reality shows are not good for marriages. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, I do think it's tough. If you have a camera that becomes a new member of your family, I think that's tough. I mean, I think it really is. It puts a lot of pressure on you. It seems like it would be highly intrusive. And I think it's taken its toll. I know I did the final episode of The Osbournes when they went off. They asked me to come and kind of talk to the family, and that's what they talked about the most, was just how grueling it is. Because you got railroad tracks down the hallway where, cameras follow you to the kitchen and back and all of that sort of thing. So they had a real tough time of it.
And I'm going to totally agree with you, however, and I appreciate that, but I'm going to go back and say I personally, in my own marriage, having a marriage with a reality show, I'm going to say for us it was going to happen anyway. Because I've done a lot of, obviously, hindsight is 20/20, and I've thought back, and all of those issues were there, and the world saw it, but I believe firmly, I still think it would have happened to us personally. I mean, I can't, and I'm not absolutely disagreeing at all, but I also want to say, to set the record straight on John's comment, that I do not support that comment, and I do not agree. I don't know what he walked away with, but I walked away with much wisdom, and I have huge respect for Dr. Phil and Robin, and I appreciate that you guys were willing to do that for us.
Sure.
Very much.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil, well, they've been married a long time. I would think they'd have some wisdom.
We've been married 33 years.
33 years.
No cameras in the house. No cameras in the house.